Nasa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasahing papawid, 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Okay, happy Thursday ho. Magandang gabi ho sa inyong lahat mga kababayan natin na nanonood dito po sa Immigration Corner on a Thursday. Magandang gabi ho. Ako po si SONNY LARAGAN, ang inyong lagi hong nakikita on a Thursday at pumapasok ko, no? Pumapasok by way of our show sa inyong mga tahanan. So welcome ho sa ating mga kababayan sa apat na sulok ng United Kingdom. Ito po ang programang tungkol sa immigration. We talk about immigration issues, topics, problems, no? Anything na encompassing tungkol sa immigration, ito ho ay pinag-uusapan natin. Siyempre, hindi lang yung mga taga-UK ang nanonood sa atin. We'd like to welcome everybody from any part of the world, no? Kung kayo ay nasa Europa, magandang gabi ho sa inyong lahat, no? Kung kayo ay nasa Amerika, magandang parang oras na umaga, hapon, no? Depende ho kung nasa kayo. Kung kayo nasa California, it's minus 8 hours. So kung alas 7 ho ngayon, 7:30, bale, 11:30, more or less, tama ba? Aking calculation. So good morning siguro sa California. Good afternoon sa New York, New Jersey, and Florida. At syempre, kung kayo nasa Middle East, magandang hapon din yata. Hindi ko masyadong kabisado, no? Or good evening. At sa Pilipinas or sa Southeast Asia, magandang madaling araw. Okay, hindi ho ako ang star of the show. Palagi ang ko sinasabi dito sa ating programa dahil wala naman akong masyadong kaalaman o malawak na kaalaman pagdating sa immigration. Siyempre, ang star of the show natin, ang ating expert sa larangan ng immigration, ay yung managing partner po ng Douglas Simon Solicitors at kauna-unahang abogada or solicitor dito po, na Pinoy, dito po sa United Kingdom. Well, hindi ko na patatagalin pa. I-welcome na natin, tawagan na natin yung ating pinakamamahal na abogada. No? Walang iba kundi si Attorney LIRA Simon CABATBAT. Attorney, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday po. Happy Thursday, Sonny, and to all, no? I've missed you all, no? Last week was a bit of a difficult time sa amin. So it's it's good to be back. Kamusta? Have you done anything good?
Ito lang, weather lang. It's the whole week, no? Parang na-delay. Technically, we're in, ano ba tag dito? Autumn or fall. Pero parang summertime the whole week. I don't know kung mainit sa'yo, ha? Ako, I've been perspiring almost every day talaga. Oh. Medyo may humid ng konti. I don't know if you feel it, no? Baka ikaw, alam ko, tayo rito, alam ko may aircon ka, ba't pinapatay mo? Pero in most houses in the UK, wala namang aircon, di ba? Not everybody has an aircon, di ba? Ikaw ba, naka-aircon ba kayo yung inyong bahay? Uy, nawala. Nag-freeze ba ako o nag-freeze ito? Nawala ho ako, sandali lang ho. At nag-freeze ako. Ayan, nag-freeze ako, attorney, for a few seconds, no?
Yeah, okay ka ba?
Yes.
Well,
okay na.
Yeah, balik ka na, no? Yeah. So wala kaming aircon sa bahay, pero sa opisina namin, meron kaming aircon. And it's so strong, yung aircon namin. It's like it's like having a hurricane actually. So it's very, very strong.
Really?
I think we need to tone it down yung air condition nga namin. So it's blasting cold o kaya mainit nga ngayon. So anyway, we put it on in reception and it just fills the whole office. So we're quite grateful for our aircon nga ngayon, no? But yeah, ang init, no? Para bang Pilipinas, di ba? So it's been lovely.
Yeah,
It's been
oo,
lovely.
30.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, okay naman. Kanya nga lang, yun nga, tuloy-tuloy, why, siguro, gano'n, why we shouldn't be complaining, you know, if it's supposed to be in summertime that we have this good, well, continuous sunny weather, okay na rin kung maulan nung mga July, ngayon parang, sige, okay na lang. No, mostly kasi, di ba, palamig na, heading towards Christmas time, winter time, palamig na yan. But ngayon, medyo okay rin. Enjoy it, especially this weekend. Saturday yata, attorney, ang pinakamataas. Kaya't, well, na-miss kita, no? Last weekend, nag-MC ako doon sa Philippine Festival in Kent, no? PhilFest Kent, which I've been doing for the past 4 years. Very successful. So I'd like to congratulate Bel Dre, no? Yan, no?
Wow.
Yeah, we missed you. We missed you. Kumusta si Watson? How is Watson?
Nandito siya. Yeah, no, nandito siya. Natutulog. Dahil napakainit, ano? Narinig ko si Snooki, no? She's in the background, si Snooki ba?
Yes. I don't know kung bakit. No? Baka ano siya, no? Pinagagalitan ko because whenever I approach her mom, tumatahol. So I was reading up on Quora, Quora, parang ano yan, parang Reddit or something, no? Nakita ko, one of those who has been parang training dogs for the past 37 years said that you can put that dog in a room, isolate the dog, and then go back and approach or kiss your partner or sweetheart, and then pag ginawa uli, put it sa eyes, and he or well, your dog will know, no? It will know na hindi okay yung nagbabark, no? So I've done that. Somehow it's quite effective, no? It's been effective, So na she whimpers at umiyak na siya pag kinulong ko in a small, yung cabinet na sa ilalim ng television, malaking television. So na I hear her whimper or yung umiyak, then I allow her to go out. Ganon, So, it's hard to, ang hirap pala na may aso. Kasi bagay, okay lang. Baby pa naman eh. And she's celebrating her birthday in 10 days' time.
How cute.
First birthday.
1-year-old na siya.
1-year-old, September 17. Ayan, Kay
You should
birthday
get her.
attorney ni Edgar Duway.
You know.
Get her what? Go ahead.
Kailan ang birthday ni Edgar?
Hindi, si Edgar Duway is the same. September 17 is the birthday of Edgar Duway. Same as Snoopy. You said Snoopy. You should get her. Ano yung sinasabi mo? Naputol.
You should get her a doggy ice cream for her birthday. Doggy ice cream. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know.
Sinubukan namin.
Alam mo ko
sinubukan namin. Ang tawag, I think it's I can't remember now. It's in a kind of a it looks like a ice cream box, but it's only a powder muna. Just add water, sabi nila, and then
really,
put in the freezer. And yeah, Watson loves it. Pero ako, I don't really understand bakit napakamahal. So I don't give it to him in one go, and so I've divided it up. So half. A little bit of yogurt, tapos yung no, he loves it. Dahil mainit nga. So she would love it, no? She'd love it.
All right. You know what?
A little bit of yogurt.
Kaya ako natuwa sa sinabi mo ice cream. We had this, we went for nag-camping kami. First time ko with my daughter and 3 grandchildren and my son and the girlfriend and yung yaya ng mga grandchildren ko. Pero siyang tagabantay. We went to Cornwall. I don't know if you've heard of Tintagel Castle, yung parang the legendary King Arthur, andun yung kanyang castle, and so on and so forth, no? I don't know if you know that, if you've heard of it. It's a mountain actually. And parang legendary, imaginary yung kanyang castle nandoon. On top of it, you would have a parang a bronze, I don't know if sculpture, if you would call it, of King Arthur with a sword, no? Doon sa era ng Tintagel, nag-rest kami, sa Tintagel mismo, pag nag-rest kami, and then we noticed maraming aso. And order kami ng ice cream sana. Pero mabait yung kapitbahay, yung friendly, yung may-ari ng dog sa amin. Sabi niya may ice cream ang dog. And really? Ito, gusto mo yung ice cream parang sobra yata ng aso niya. First time nakakain ni Snooki ng ice cream. So, pero yung binibili siya, attorney, mukhang mahal. Pero yung sinasabi mo, what you're telling us, it's in powdered form, powdered yun, and then lalagay mo sa tubig, tapos lalagay mo sa freezer ba o sa, paano, how would you do it again?
Freezer. Yeah, so yun lang. So you just add water, no, dun sa powder, and then you put in the freezer for a few hours, and then it's ice cream. Pero ako, dinagdagan ko ng, so I didn't put the whole thing
Yogurt.
in. I put it in a kind of ice cube, no? So meron pa siyang mamaya nga. And then I just mix a little bit of yogurt, natural yogurt, dun sa ice cream. And so just to make it a little bit more nga, and also not so hard. But yeah, no, gustong-gusto niya. He loves ice cream, yung aso ko. Dr. Watson is an ice cream. Well, he's an eater of anything.
How often
really.
How often yung yung ice cream treat kay sabi mo kasi di ba mahal, di masyadong ano.
Yeah.
Ano mo, would you know the name of this ice cream powdered form?
Yeah.
Mix mo sa water?
Yeah. I'll text you. Nakalimutan ko na nga lang.
Di ba, i-message mo lang sa akin. So
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, no, she'd love
available
it.
Available ba yan sa Asda, Sainsbury's, or yung mga specialty, mga specialty na dog o pet dog, pet shops, ganun ba? Where did you buy? Where do you buy it usually?
There was a dog place, a dog shop, not too far away dito, in Richmond nga. So I got it there, but I think they also sell it in Amazon.
Okay. Sige, hanapin lang namin. Kasi ice cream nga, ang ginagawa namin, when meron kaming yellow, may mga ice cubes kami, minsan pag binibigay namin kay Snooki, tuwan-tuwa siya. Yung malamig lang na yan, ganun lang, ice cubes lang ha. So how much more kung medyo tasty yan at masarap, no? Medyo mag-slurp siya ng konti, di ba? Ayan, so thanks for the tip.
And birthday niya.
Birthday niya, 10 days from now. 10 days from now. So first birthday ni Snooki. And nag-ano na siya, di ba? Alam mo ba, nag-menstruation na siya nung nakaraan? Nag-bleeding na siya.
Yeah.
Oo nga. Medyo pa-fade out na. But sabing ganun, nababasa namin, it happens every 6 months. So twice a year, that would be an occurrence na we will have to get used to, no? Until we truly decide na, sige, pwede na siya magmami. Ang plano namin initially is 3 years pa muna, attorney. Hindi muna bubuntis. Wag muna. Okay, teka muna, attorney. Let's go to our teka muna, ikaw naman. Okay. Ano ba ang mga pinagagawa mo lately? Ano ba? Busy ba sa opisina? Mga hearings ba? Ano ba ang latest sa inyo? Yeah,
I have hearings. I have hearings coming out of my ears at the moment. Talaga. Bukas meron naman akong hearing. But tomorrow it's a remote hearing, so it's not so bad nga. But I think next week I have maybe 3 if not 4 hearings nga. Ang daming hearings nga ngayon. I'm not really sure quite what's happened. Suddenly, from August nga hanggang ngayon, and I think probably until the end of September, it's just one thing after another, which is fine, no? It means they're getting through their listings. Importante nga din sa mga tao, naghihintay sila, matagal na silang naghihintay, no? For their case to come up. So it's beginning to actually move fairly fast na. So it's which is great.
Itong hearings na to na ginagawa mo are the your clients, the subject of this appeal or whatever they are they present? Do they have to testify? Do they have is there a need for how do you call it, yung adjudication judge or judge? Do they need the presence of these clients or these witnesses or clients?
Yeah, no. So, for example, bukas nga, I have my client's gonna be there plus 2 witnesses. No, I also applied nga for witnesses from abroad actually to come, but the court turned that down, unfortunately. But Yeah, so tomorrow is quite busy. So they have to be there. No? Kung kaso nga nila, you need to be there. Kung wala ka doon, then you have to give a good reason why wala ka nga doon. And there's a possibility if you don't attend your hearing, it can be dismissed.
Okay. All right. Pero one last question. I don't know kung ito you're divulging how it's done, pero yung bang mga hearings ba are done via Zoom or is there a special link that they give you para magkita-kita together with witnesses and your client? Ano yun, Zoom ba? Is it Zoom or any?
No, it's not Zoom. It's
okay. So
it's a special CVP, no, cloud based. So it's Zoom is probably not secure enough for this, but it's facilitated by the court, and then it's linked. They send you the link, but it's actually quite good. I'm getting used to this remote hearing. It's it's taken quite a bit to getting used to, but it's actually quite good. It's quite helpful.
Well, pati nga school, di ba? They're planning on doing some hybrids, mga ganun, no? Kung may mga problema, because we have been there before, so somehow we had a taste, sa schools and sa law, sa mga hearings, pwede na, parang nakaka-adjust na kayo, nakaka-adjust ka na, no? Maski paano. Okay, tonight ang topic natin is changing your visa, no? Yan ang ating topic bago tayo pumunta doon sa ating yung mga bragging rights kung sino yung mga nauna, di ba? The last time we had a very long, I don't know kung sa show natin or some other show, we had a very long message from Oliver. Nasa Japan. So I don't know kung nandun pa siya or extended yung ano.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a very long,
Okay.
maganda. Si Oliver is like he's very good with writing, no? Kaya we always look forward to his messages because may kwento eh. Okay, attorney, so ready ka na doon sa ating Batian Corner, no? Sige, direct, go. Ayan, we're both on Facebook and YouTube. Pwede kayong mag-message any of those, mapipick up yan. Di ba, direct, pwedeng nag-uunahan yan, di ba? Pwede mapick up both. Okay, sige, go. Attorney, sino ang una mong hula na bumati sa atin? Ayan.
Okay, I think actually, let me go with Oliver. No, it's because you put me, you're putting me in my mind as Oliver, our friend from across the pond.
Japan. Sige, nga natin. Oliver nga ba? Oh, first time ba ni Gigi na first?
Hi, Gigi.
Yeah. Dati na yata ba? Very good.
First, yeah.
Hindi daw, sabi ni Direk mukhang pumasok na rin dati. So good. At least kung hindi niya first time, nanalo na pala dati. Nauna siya.
Okay.
That's a feedback from Direk.
Usually she's top 3 actually. Yeah,
yes, pero number 1 na siya dati daw, sabi ni Direk. Meron tayong advisory dito. Okay, sige. Attorney,
So, si Gigi po, sabi po niya, good evening, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sonny. Happy Thursday, all viewers. Also, Direct Pao, God bless everyone. Hot weather. Tama ka, Gigi. I hope you're keeping cool.
Nga, very hot weather, no?
But lovely, lovely weather.
Sa Pilipinas naman, baligtad. Mas mainit tayo ngayon. Tayo nasa 32 and we're expecting a 33 this Saturday, no? Mainit. No? Pero okay. At least lovely, sunny. It's better than a rainy and, di ba? Makulimlim, madilim na ano. Gusto ko na to, no? So okay tayo. Tama yun. Okay. So sino ang pangalawa? Ayan, 26 ngayon. Uy, sa Saturday, 34. Wow, today the highest is 32 degrees. 34 sa Saturday, ano? Tapos going down to 20. So Saturday, initially it was 33, tumaas na siya, 34. So next week, pababa na tayo ulit, no? 22, 21 degrees.
Okay.
Ayan. Oh, yes. Enjoy natin. Let's, not the weekend, do anything. Enjoy the weekend. Medyo mag-barbecue pa kayo kung pwede mag-barbecue. Barbecue pa. Sige. Barbecue to the max.
Yeah.
Diba, Tony?
Yeah, next week, wala na.
Wala na. Next week, wala na. Back to sweaters na tayo. Ano ba sweater dito? Jumpers yata ang tawag dito na sweater, no? Di ba? Jumper yata rito ang tawag.
Yeah,
Jumpers.
jumpers.
Oo,
Yeah,
jumpers.
yeah, yun na nga. So
Sige,
yeah, no,
attorney,
let's
sino
enjoy.
next
Let's
mo?
enjoy.
Let's enjoy. Let's,
I'm
we have a few days.
I'm sticking with Oliver. I'm sticking with Oliver
Siyempre.
Fernandez.
Siyempre.
Natin.
Galing. Ayan, you'll have
we
to...
love this man.
It's quite a good read ngayon to. Sige, attorney. Ano yan?
I love, good evening, sabi.
Ganda.
Galing po to kay Oliver, the lovely Mr. Fernandez. So, good evening, Attorney Lira, Kuya Sonny, and Direct Pao. We're on our 3rd week in Japan, and I'm loving it a lot. Oh, a little thing I learned on our travels is about the difference of Western sushi and Japanese sushi. Western sushi tends to be overly complicated and can be over the top, one ingredient on top of the other. Well, that's true. At times, overflowing with roe and drenched with mayonnaise and topped with jalapeno. It's very generous in ingredients that somehow you could barely put it in your mouth without it falling apart. You tend to get lost from the textures and end up with a mishmash of flavors. They tend to be very generous in ingredients that there's overload of flavor and texture. And don't forget the fake wasabi that takes over your palate, that you forget about the piles of ingredients that preceded it. Yeah. So whereas sushi here in Japan tends to have a smaller wad of rice as a stage, with a piece of raw fish being the star of the show. The little soy lifts up the already tasty and ang pangalawa? So, and tasty
yan,
and
may pangalawa yan.
May pangalawa.
And
may pangalawa siguro, no? So,
nice.
The light soy. He's making me feel hungry. So tasty and buttery fish with genuine wasabi. Take note, genuine, adds a surprisingly sweet note. Oh, talaga, to the whole ensemble. You don't get lost in a whirlwind of flavor, but it rather gives emphasis to simplicity and fresh ingredients that doesn't need covering up by heavy sauces and any fiery fake wasabi paste. It's not about flamboyance, but rather more of finesse of execution. And don't forget, it's cheaper as well. Oh, and then sabi niya, ikadaki masu. Probably, itadaki masu. It's probably
they don't pronounce the U, attorney. In Japan, that's what I noticed. Kunyari,
so, how would you say?
Kunyari, arimasuka, arimaska. Yeah, so if you read it the Tagalog way, it would be written arimasuka, but when they read it, it would be arimaska. And then, for example, desuka, desuka. Instead of saying desuka, desuka, they would say deska. Korewan and deska. Yeah, so that's how it's read in Japanese.
Anong ibig sabihin nun? Anong ibig sabihin?
No, they eat.
So I humbly receive.
Before something
bon
appetit. Bon appetit. Bon appetit.
Okay. How perfect. I love that. No,
I have one line that have one line that I've memorized all these years. Alam ko. Yung omegi kakarete oresi des. Yung des D-E-S-U, desu. Pero like I said, they don't pronounce the yud. Omegi kakarete oresi des. Desu. If we were to read it, desu, oreshi desu. No, they say it oreshi des. So like arimashka, itahi, yan. So walang you.
Wow.
That's how so
anong
far
ibig
that I've
sabihin,
learned.
Yung phrase mo, sorry. Anong ibig sabihin? Yung sinabi mo, yung sentence mo, yung sinabi mo kanina.
I am pleased to meet you. I am pleased to meet you. Omeni kakarete oreshi des. Yes, I am pleased to meet you.
Oh, nice.
Ganon.
Okay. Good. Yeah, that's a good phrase.
Buti naman naitanong mo. Akala ko nga, sabi ko nga, yun ang pagka when I meet a Japanese, omengi kakarete oresi des. Yan. Deska is you. Deska, desuka. Yan, arimaska. Yan. Yeah, arimaska. So, I wanted at one time to really learn Japanese. Even the sound, I can try to emulate or copy, Omengi kakarete oresi des. Mga hapon eh. Umagi ka rin ni Rosides. Wala. Just like the Indians here, di ba? Immigration corner.
Yeah, yeah.
London Underground. Ginawa. Filipino TV. Di ba? Ganun ng mga Indians, di ba? They parang inipit yata yung mga dila nila. Pero mga hapon naman ganun. Wow! Ganun. Parang mga Koreans. So yeah, that's nice. Nakahula. So ano si Oliver. Oliver, thank you for the sharing. So simply pala
Beautiful.
yung mga wasabi, yung mga sushi, di ba? It's nice to be there where it's really where it originated, di ba? Parang ano yan, Tony
Yun nga.
Parang pizza, yung pizza pag napunta ka sa Italy, maasim yung pizza eh. Yung pizza sa Pilipinas matamis eh. Yung parang yung mga pizza kinakain natin matamis yung mga yan eh. Pero if you go
Opo.
to Italy and eat the real ano ba pangalan pizza, maasim eh. Naasiman ako. Parang hindi yung kamukha ng westernized na style ng pizza na yung mga ano na, di ba? Ang tamis na although I enjoy it, yung mga Pizza Hut, mga masarap ang lasa ng Pizza Hut. Pero when you go to Japan,
Yeah.
to Italy, maasim, maninibago kayo sa tag dito sa pizza. So thank you for sharing, Oliver. We always look forward to your sharings because there's a bit of mga anecdotes and stories and maganda. Thank you. Sige.
Oo
Okay.
nga.
Sino pa
So,
nga attorney?
poetic.
Sige. So tama ka kay Oliver.
Okay,
Tama ka kay Oliver. Okay.
I think Miss Paner.
Miss Paner. Yes, Miss Paner. Sige nga. Miss Paner. Hoy, bago to. Bago to.
Panibagong top 3. Yeah, yun na nga.
Wow.
I'm
Bago to.
impressed.
Oh.
So, yeah,
Wow.
Joy Pobeda. No, good. Yeah, good
Jay
evening po,
Pobeda.
sir,
Jay.
ma'am. Yeah.
Jay.
Jay Pobeda, no? So, at sa inyong mga kababayan, mapagpalang araw sa inyo. Oh, lovely.
A blessful day to you.
Nice,
No?
yeah.
Ganda na. Mapagpalang gabi rin din sa'yo. Araw
Maganda.
din sa'yo. No? Ano pangalan niyo? Pobeda. Ano yung first name, direct?
Si Jay.
Hindi yung first name.
Si Jay.
Jay. Ano
Jay.
JM kaya? JM. Ano kaya ibig sabihin ng JM, no? May JM Pobeda. Uy, thank you. At first time ka namin narinig dito, JM. Tell your friends about it na mayroon tayong Immigration Corner wherein we talk about immigration at mga bagay-bagay pa. No? Problema, issues, mga updates dito pinag-uusapan. So, updated ka sa immigration pag nandito ka. Dito sa UK, no? Okay, well, so we're gonna have a short break. And when we come back, pag-usapan natin yung sinasabi mong changing your visa. All right? So we're gonna... teka man, sorry. Tutuloy pa natin muna. Sorry, naku, nawala sa loob ko mga pala. We read the next, yung mga, some few, si Peter Kelly. Sige, attorney, go.
Peter Kelly. Yun na nga. Good evening po, Attorney Lira, Sir Sonny, and Direct Pao. Good evening po. I hope you're enjoying
Good
the
evening.
warm
Yeah,
weather.
Peter, thank you for being a regular around. Sige, thank you. Oh, si Lizzie Hubbs.
Oh, Lizzie Hubbs. Si Miss Hubbs. Hi, Lizzie. Miss Hubbs. Good evening,
Yes.
Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Oh, a heart emoji. And of course, Direct Pao, no? And to all the viewers, happy Thursday, mabuhay. Mabuhay, Miss Hobbs. How are you?
Mabuhay.
Hopefully you're well, no?
Oo nga, Lizzie. Yeah. Sana okay kayo. You're coping with the warm, hot weather that we have. Pinagpapawisan ako.
Ako nga din. Yeah. Oh, si Ma'am Cora. Look, hi.
Ma'am Cora, mabuhay.
Ma'am Cora.
We love Ma'am Cora.
Carsola.
We love you.
Absolutely. She's lovely. No, she's lovely
She is
lady.
lovely.
Good evening.
Lovely
Good
lady.
evening, Sir Sonny, Attorney Lira, Derek Paula, Watson, and Snooky, and everyone. Many thanks again, Attorney Lira, for imparting us all the information related to immigration issues needed by us, and we may share these to fellows needing them. Oh, you're so kind, Ma'am Cora. No, she's
Salamat, Ma'am Cora.
lovely.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, very appreciative of what we are doing, no? Ganun. Thank you very much, Ma'am Cora. So, yan.
Oh, tingnan mo. Very nice polo of Sir Sonny and very nice dress of Attorney Lira. Salamat po. Definitely
almost
nanonood
magkakulay
siya.
tayo. Almost, no?
Actually,
I haven't worn this in a long time. This is a Gant shirt. ano to, this is large.
Nice.
So it's kind of loose on me. Kasi nga, ang kasya na sa akin,
Yeah.
small at saka medium eh. Masikip ako sa ng konti sa small, okay lang ako sa medium. So nasa medium small na ako eh, in between. So yan. Oh, it's
Yeah,
May. Tigbaw
you've done so well. Oh, hi May. Yeah, May Tigbaw Vargas.
Hi May. Oh.
Good evening po. Yeah, Attorney Lira, Kuya Sonny, Direct Pau, Watson Snooky, to all the viewers. Happy Thursday. Watching from Exeter, Devon. God bless. Oh, you're so lucky, May. Exeter must be lovely in this good weather, no?
Yes.
Lovely place anyway, Exeter.
Talking of Watson, kumusta na ang kanyang leg? How is his leg?
Oh, I mean,
Kumusta na
his
ang kanyang,
leg. Yeah,
yung kanyang arthritis.
He has yeah. It's there. I mean, he will. It's not gonna get better. So he has to have injections nga every month. Kailangan niya injections, and that will be forever. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. So.
Wow. Anyway, we love him, no? Si Watson, no? So pero hindi, so he couldn't go yung swimming sa tub o yung makeshift na swimming pool ninyo, hindi na makakaligo-ligo, basa-basa, no? Dahil sa ano?
Oh, no.
Yung mobility problem niya. Okay pa rin.
Yeah,
good,
no.
Good,
Actually, it's good for him. No, the water, no, as exercise nga. A bit like people, diba? It's good to go swimming if you have bad, if you it's because it carries your weight, so it's better than running if you have mobility issues.
Tsaka maganda massage yun. At the same time, it massages the water, massages your body, no? Pagka nando ka sa in the water, no? So ayan. Okay, we're gonna have a short break, mga kaibigan, at pagbalik natin, i-discuss ni attorney yung changing your visa, which is our topic for tonight. Huwag ko kayong alis, saglit po lamang.
Mula doon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
100% all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile, 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasahing papawid 24 oras. Buong linggo sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK.
Okay, balik ho tayo sa ating programang Immigration Corner on a happy Thursday. Ako po si SONNY Laragan. Palagi ninyong nakakasama dito sa programang ito. At syempre, kasama natin yung ating star of the show, ang immigration expert mismo at managing partner po ng Douglas Simon Solicitors. Walang iba kundi si Attorney LIRA Simon CABATBAT. Attorney, magandang hapon, happy Thursday. Ayan. So,
magandang hapon, magandang gabi. No, yeah, magandang gabi, di ba? No? Yeah, di ba?
Magandang gabi.
No, happy Thursday. Sa inyo pong lahat.
Happy Thursday. Ayan. O sige, attorney, go. Sige, take it away. Doon sa ating topic na changing your visa. Sige.
Opo. So itong topic natin, changing your visa. Actually, this has come from ito. Has come from a question, a viewer nga, no? Let me call her G. Okay, let me just so we have a feature question. So ewan ko pwede mong pakita nga, Paula, but basically question po niya, would it be possible, no, from tier 2 visa to change my status to a spouse visa, and would it be advisable? Ito po, no? So yun tong feature question nga natin. Now, so it's changing your visa ang topic nga natin. So it's actually it's a great topic dahil maraming mga tao nga ngayon, some perhaps scarce nga nung dumating nga sila dito, they were recruited to come into the UK, and then in the meantime meron silang nakilala kung gusto nga nilang magpakasal. Is it advisable? You don't have to change your visa, no? You can just continue nga with your visa kahit nga ikasal nga kayo. But she wants to know nga, is it possible, una? And is it advisable? Which actually is a very, most people, they ask me, is it possible? They don't actually ask me, is it advisable? So it's actually a great question. So tingnan po natin, no, yung feature question natin ngayon. Now, yung sabi nga niya tier 2, it's the same as the skilled worker route. Nung years ago, it was also called the work permit. So basically, work visa nga dito. So yung visa niya ngayon is tier 2. So that means, or skilled worker route, that means pumasok siya dito pursuant to unemployment, no? So nakakuha siya ng COS, which is the certificate of sponsorship. Pumasok nga siya dito and she was sponsored by the employer. So ang visa niya, it is directly linked or attached to the employer. So, kailangan niya magtrabaho and she needs to stay in that employment in order to be able nga to continue with this kind of visa. Kung papalitan niya yung employer niya, kailangan niyang panibagong visa uli. No? So, at the moment, itong visa niya, she's tied to this employer. She's under the skilled worker route, which was points-based nga. So she obviously satisfied the relevant 70 points na kailangan niya, nandito na nga siya, no? So, nandito siya and she's hopefully happy in her job, but she wants to see, should she also check nga, should she consider changing her visa? Dahil meron siya nakilala, they're thinking about saying, is it something she wants to do? Now, so you have someone now, so nandito siya, may trabaho nga siya. Nandito siya under the skilled worker route. Now, she wants to change it over to a spouse visa. And most of you will know spouse visa means asawa, no? It's a general term, or oftentimes you say spouse visa, but it can also mean partner visa. But in this case, spouse visa, pagka kinasal na sila, so asawa nga, should she change it over to a spouse visa? Spouse visa will be then on the basis of her relationship with her husband in the United Kingdom. No, now the skilled worker route, to get to indefinite leave to remain, kailangan mo pakita 5 years. The spouse visa, to get to indefinite leave to remain, kailangan mo din 5 years. So timing wise, there's not a lot of difference, but there are completely different types of visas. Now, a tier 2 or skilled worker route visa, of course, it's to do the main issue is employment. You're tied to your employer. Okay? Spouse visa, it is a relationship-based application. So, ibig sabihin, hindi mo kailangan trabaho kung ayaw mo magtrabaho. But you can also you can continue with your current employer kung gusto mo, o kaya dalawang trabaho, o kung gusto mo mag part-time, o gusto mo mag self-employed. Employment is open. No, that's perhaps a big difference between the two. So, yung una niyang question, would it be possible, no, to swap from a tier 2 visa, sabi niya, otherwise a skilled worker route, to change my status to spouse? Absolutely, So that is allowed by the immigration rules. Kung nandito ka as a tier 2 or skilled worker, you can swap it over. You can swap it to a spouse visa. Hindi mo kailangang bumalik sa atin. So you can make that application. So that the application will be what's called for variation, to change basically your visa from that of a work-based visa to a spouse. Now, do you have to wait? I get this question a lot. Do you have to wait until matatapos na nga, o yung skilled worker visa mo. Most people are given 3 years rather than say 5 years. Do you have to wait until near that, a month before the visa is going to expire before you swap it? No. You can swap it immediately. So kung may visa ka nga ngayon, kung 3 taon o 5 taon yung visa mo, you can swap it over to a spouse visa now. You can make the application. But beware, just making the application to swap it over does not give you the right actually to change jobs, no? So until you get that visa, no, nakuha mo na yung spouse visa mo, you must still continue with the visa that you have. So tuloy-tuloy pa rin trabaho mo. Okay, so it's not an immediate thing. Now the good news is at the moment, and it's not always on offer, but at the moment it's also, you can use the priority service if you want to. So you can swap your visa, your skilled worker route visa to that of a spouse, and you can use the priority service, no, from the home office. So ibig sabihin, mas mabilis. So you're probably looking at maybe 2 weeks, potentially 3 weeks. I mean, they say it'll take just a week, but that never really happens. So you're looking about maybe 2, 3, potentially 4 weeks, tapos na, no? And then that way, it's faster. Pero may bayad additional, which is usually it's 800 pounds ang dagdag, no? Which may be worthwhile the investment nga kung gusto mong magbago ng trabaho. The fee, so sabihin natin yun ang balak mo, no? So kinasal ka na, you want to swap it over from skilled worker to that of a spouse. Anong kailangan mangyari? Proseso. Pag-usapan natin. So, unang-una, kailangan mong pera, no? The fee to the home office for spouse visa is £1,048 po. Okay, that's for the home office fee. There's what's called an IHS fee, immigration health surcharge, which is your contribution to the NHS. And it would, because it's a 2.5-year visa, ang bayad is £1,560. Okay, pero kung ang trabaho mo, sabihin natin carer ka nga dito, you can actually apply for a refund of the IHS, the 1,560. So you don't get it immediately, but you will get it in due course, no? Now, to get a spouse visa, so to apply for a spouse visa, make sure that you would satisfy the conditions. So, una po, income, no? Now, pwede mong isama yung income mo sa income ng mister mo, because you're here with properly working in the United Kingdom. So you can actually join your income to come up with the minimum income na kailangan nila, which is 18,600. Okay, not 18,559 or 500. It must be no less than 18,600. Ang maganda nga, dahil nandito ka, may trabaho ka, kung kapos yung asawa mo, sabihin natin sa kanya 15,000, and you're getting also 15,000. Jointly, ang income nyo 30,000, and that is fine, no? So that's perfectly acceptable. So 18,600 pounds ang kailangan yung pakita. Now, also, and this is not an issue for you, because of course you've done your B1 English qualification. You need to usually kailangan pakita A1 test, pero mas mataas yung B1 qualification mo. So it's perfectly, you can use that certainly for the A1, no, when you're doing a swap. If indeed you entered the UK, or say as a carer, dahil yun ang kailangan mong pakita. Now, when you make that, so you have that, and don't forget, kailangan mo din accommodation, okay? It can be a problem if the accommodation you have at the moment is provided by your employer. So, kailangan mo siguraduhin na pwede kang tumira dun sa fiancé mo, sa asawa mo, that the accommodation can be put forward as accommodation for you as a couple, no? So, importante po yun, because that's part, of course, of the financial requirement. So there you have the income, you have the English done anyway, no? And you have accommodation also. Clearly, dahil nandito ka, hindi mo kailangan TB test. Kung nasa Pilipinas ka, you need this TB certificate, but you don't, of course, need it here, and nandito ka na, right? Now, so let's say na all those things are in fact ready, no? And you're confident that you can, in fact, satisfy the conditions. What then do you need to do? you can make the application online. Well, in fact, there's no choice. You have to make it online. I can send you actually, G, yung link, okay? If you want me to send that to you. At the same time, kailangan bayaran yung home office fee, okay? And also, of course, the IHS fee. You can also book your biometric enrollment at the same time kung gusto mo, but you don't have to yet. You can do that later on. But bago mo gagawin yung enrollment mo, the biometric enrollment, you would need to make sure na lahat mga dokumento mo mai-upload nyo dun sa home office website. Okay? So siguraduhin mo na ready na kayo. And the thing that sometimes takes a while is, of course, the marriage certificate. Well, you should get that as soon as you're married nga. But make sure that handa na din yun. So, and as I've said, you can even make the application on a priority basis, especially kung may bala kayong magbakasyon, no, for honeymoon, for example, no, if you want to do that, no. Now, I think that concerns a lot of people. Kailangan nyo bang sabihin sa employer nyo? No? The answer is no. You don't have to. You can make the application nga. It does not. In theory, well, I mean, the reality is you can still continue working for the same employer. But of course, kung maganda naman trato nila sa'yo, and you are also, you don't wish to offend them, then it's a good idea to tell them na yung balak mo. Okay? And hopefully they won't cause an issue. Most employers are reasonable. But if you think it's going to cause an issue, then you have to take you have to consider nga, no, ano bang gagawin na. So of course, ang ayaw mo mangyari is canceling nga nila yung visa mo for no apparent reason. Sometimes employers can also be quite difficult nga, but hopefully they won't be. So if you can, and it's probably not a bad idea to tell them nga. Pagka nagpasok ka na ng application na hindi ibig sabihin na pwede ka nang umalis doon sa trabaho mo, magbago ng trabaho. Because you need first the visa. Kailangan mong intayin, okay? Until you get your visa, then you have not swapped it. You have not varied your status in the UK. So making the application itself does not entitle you in any way to simply go and take up another employment nga, no? So importante po yun. And you don't want, of course, to be in breach of your immigration condition. Now, yung pangalawang question nga niya within that lovely question is, would it be advisable? Timing, okay? The thing to watch out for. Now, because they're very different, no? So it's 5 years, no, skilled worker. So sabihin natin, kung matagal ka na dito, 4 na taong ka na, maglilimang taong ka na nga, then it's probably not worth swapping it over to spouse visa, because the spouse visa requires 5 years. You cannot count towards the spouse visa the previous 4 years na ginawa mo, no? Which means that you have to start over unless you can rely on the 10-year route. But anyway, let's park that nga for the moment. So, pero kung kadadating mo pa nga lang dito, sabihin natin nandito ka 3 months, 4 months, ganoon, then it may be worthwhile swapping it over because it gives you the possibility to take up any kind of employment. But of course, even though you're not reliant anymore on any employer, you are then reliant to a large extent to sa asawa mo. And so it can be a risk, of course, kung hindi nga kayo magkasunduan, tapos you separate, then that may cause yung immigration issues. But certainly, if kung kadadating mong pangalang dito, you want the possibility of wider types nga of employment, then that may be something you would wish to consider. So, yung question mo, would it be advisable? It depends very much yung anong priority mo. Kung ang priority mo, if you are comfortable, no, you're confident about the relationship, yun ang una, and ang priority mo kung lilipat ka nga na hindi magiging problema ang trabaho, then absolutely you should see about swapping, no? So the great thing is can you change? Yes. Would it be advisable? Possibly, no, depending really on your circumstances. So this great question. Salamat G, no? And kung meron kang additional follow-up questions, you know my details. And if you want me to also email you the application online link, let me know, and I'm happy to email that to you. So makita mo.
Okay, nako, Maraming salamat. Thank you very much. Yan, thank you very much. Nako, attorney, marami tayong mga questions ngayon. So we'll have to breeze through them na lang. No?
Okay.
Diretso na tayo. So thank you very much for the yung information na binigay mo. No? Ayan, that gives an idea to you guys, no, who think of swapping or changing their visas. Okay, direct, sige, first question natin.
Okay, galing po to kay Sam. Sam C. Hi, hello, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. I'll be taking my Life in the UK test in 2 weeks. I reviewed it and all is good to go. I sent this message not to ask a question, but a tip from you, Attorney Lira, on how I can pass the test. Thanks in advance. Oh, Sam, ikaw naman. Oh, tip. Relax, no, and also read the questions twice. No, that they can be the answers. I'm sure alam mo yung answers, but questions can be quite tricky. So Sam, tell us, tell us how you get on. I would love to know. I don't know if it'll make you feel better or not, but I am sure I would not pass the Life in the UK test. Sadly.
Ako, I had the chance to take it, no? Siguro yung second batch kami. First, second batch siguro. When I took it, no? Nasa second batch kami. Ang tip ko lang siguro pwedeng gawin lang is, there's no such a thing as over-reviewing, over-studying. Basahin mo pa rin. You know what? While waiting for my test, I was there for probably 30 minutes to 1 hour. And I had this very thin pa nun eh. Ngayon yata, kumakapal na yung, meron yata ako rito. Sandali direka. Pakita mo nga lang si attorney. Pakita mo lang. Kukunin ko lang yung aking libro lang.
Kinukuha mo yung libro mo?
Hindi, ito na yung bago.
Manipis nga lang, ha?
Ito na yung bago.
Bago?
Hindi pala.
Oh, wow.
Hindi, ito pala, 4-book pack containing, Life in the UK. Hindi, marami pala to. Official questions. Marami pala. Mga booklets to pala. Sorry. Mga booklets to.
Wow,
pero hindi sa akin to. Yung aking partner had to take the exams. Sabagay, ganito pa rin, no? Life in the UK test, official. Apat pala to, direct, no? Yes.
Wow,
you know what? So I have the book, yung book ng Life in the UK test. So an hour before my exam, nagbasa-basa lang ako. Alam mo ba, yung isa sa biglang pumasok sa mata ko, lumabas sa exam ko nung that day na siguro na miss ko, yung bang ang chilled mga bata rito pagka wala silang pasok, ano ang usual trabaho nila? Yung ang trabaho is nagde-deliver ng newspapers, they work at the mga ganyan, mga news agent. Lumabas, na-tiyempo ko. I was just, I glanced upon it. So, there's no such a thing as over-studying, over-reviewing. Basahin mo lang. Malipis pa rin pala, attorney, akala ko makapal na. So, when I took the practical guide to living in the UK, malipis pa rin. Pero ngayon may mga pictures na. Dati walang pictures yung mga pinag-aaralan ko eh.
Yeah, actually,
kulay
tama
blue.
ka. Yeah.
Kulay blue yung original
Blue.
ko. Yung original na exam ko. Blue yun. Basa-basahin mo lang. Pero nung binabasa ko itong mga bago, wala na halos yung mga pinag-aaralan ko noon eh. Nag-change, nag-evolve eh. No? So, yun lang, tip lang. At sa lahat ng mga nanonood, basa lang ng basa, review lang ng review. Ganun lang na. That's the only way. Unless you're 65, 65, over 65. Paano ba yun? Direct?
65.
Direct. Attorney?
Over 65, hindi mo kailangan.
Over 65, exempted
tama
na.
ka.
Okay. Tsaka Life in the UK
Tama.
test. Okay, next question natin. Sige. Okay.
Galing po to kay Ryan. Ryan L. Hello to you both, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Happy Thursday. I'm planning to bring my here to the UK, living in a European country. What's the first thing to do? Do you think it's hard to bring her here? Thank you and more power to your informative show. Oh, Ryan. Oh, I like this question.
Anong question yan?
I mean, I can talk about this, until sabi na, until the cows come home, because there's so many things nga to do. Pero ang question mo, what's the first thing to do? Get your finances sorted, Ryan. Dahil most of the time, that's the thing that takes a long time. Dahil kailangan mong pakita 18,600 ang income mo, for example, and if that's the case, then kailangan mo bank statements mo, kailangan mo yung pay slips mo. Preferably, kung meron kang P60, that would also be good. So, yun ang una. Because my clients always, siguro 90% of the time, everything else is okay. Ang problema nga lang yung, what takes a while, hindi naman problema, but what takes a while is the income to put together the documents, And, and and she may well need to do checker, no, but she may well need to do the A1 test because she can do that. Yeah. But yeah, so first thing to do, get your finances sorted.
Okay, get your finances sorted. Ayan ang importante, no? Okay, ikatlong tanong, sige, let's go direct, sige.
Galing po to kay Miriam. Miriam D. Good evening, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. I'm currently ILR holder, so indefinite leave to remain settlement na siya, no? And magbabakasyon po ako sa Pinas after 9 years here sa UK. Ano pong mga requirements ang hihingi ng immigration sa Pilipinas? Thanks in advance. Oh, I mean, Miriam, I don't think they will ask for anything. That indefinite leave holder ka na, no? So settlement status ka. So Pilipino ka nga din, papasukin ka doon for sure, no? And I don't think, and actually Sonny would know this better than I don't think na kailangan mong I don't think you need anything from the POEA, for example, Sonny. I don't think, no? So yeah, no, indefinite ka, you settled in the UK. So I can't see na meron silang kailangan nga to let you into the country. 9 years is a long time. Hopefully you have a good time, no, Miriam? Take some pictures. Send us some pictures.
Yeah, wala akong problema. Wala namang, hindi ka makapagka ikaw ay you came over probably working as a nurse. You'll have to go through yung labor, parang merong dinadaanan dun eh. Pero kung ILR ka na, wala nang problema. It's good and you can go back anytime. Except you don't have to, ingat lang na you will be overstaying, well, not really overstaying, but staying nang aabot ng 2 years dun sa Pilipinas, di ba, Attorney? Yun ang delikado because you will have a hard time getting it back, no? Yung status dito. So pag lumagpas ka ng 2 years out of the country ka, o yung establishing mo yung status mo rito, yun, mahirap. Kaya maraming mga artista, there's this lady, I don't know bakit hindi siya nagbe-British citizenship, no? Yung pagkakaalam ko, so as far as I know, no, sino ba yung artista, artista na iskandalo siya nung panahon ng COVID dahil nagtaray yata sa lift or sa mga receptionist. I forgot. She used to be with the Miss Saigon eh. Ayun, every year or before mag 2 years bumabalik sa UK eh. For that purpose, maski yung mga nasa Amerika yata, di ba, ganun na ginagawa nila. Yung mga green card holders ba tawag doon? Hindi. Pagka ano ba green card holder, Attorney? Ang green card holder, ILR ba yan or citizen na?
Probably. You know, I think green card means hindi pa siya citizen yet. I don't
hindi
think.
Pa citizen. Parang ILR lang. Parang gano'n. Indefinite leave to remain.
I think so.
Parang gano'n.
Yeah. You know who would know? Oliver.
Yung ILR, Attorney, ang ILR ho is indefinite leave to remain. Very confusing yung word, no? Yung word na leave, what does leave mean? Kasi leave to remain. Parang ganyan, no? Leave. Leave to remain. Yeah. How can you live and then you remain, di ba? How can you live and then remain? Di ba?
Yeah.
It's a legal term for something, a leave. Ano ibig sabihin ng leave, Attorney?
Yeah, so it's in this case it means stay, no? It's permission to stay. So indefinite leave to remain. So what's confusing is spelled exactly the same. So I think the term is it's a homogram. So it means one word that means many things, and leave is one of them. Yeah. So so leave in this case means stay in the UK, no? So
merong limited leave to remain.
Confusing. Tama po.
May limited leave to remain. May indefinite leave to remain. Pag indefinite leave to remain ka, you enjoy all the benefits except you cannot vote. Di ka pwedeng bumoto. Dito sa United Kingdom,
pwede kang bumoto. Yeah, no.
Really?
I think pwede kang bumoto. Yeah, because that's your settled status. It could be, no, you actually,
pagka ILR ka, settled status.
Correct.
Kasi what I remember when I got my indefinite leave to remain and then yung aking ganon yata is you cannot vote lang pagka ILR ka. Pagka naturalized ka na, then of course, no? So there's no difference between an ILR. You enjoy all the benefits, you enjoy everything, except you cannot vote. Ang pagkakaalam ko, no? Sa ILR you
may be right.
Yung naturalized na settled. Ang naturalized would be settled status na. That's another word for it, right, attorney?
No, iba po yun. No. So,
Okay.
indefinite leave to remain is interchangeable to permanent residence and settlement nga. Naturalization, yun ang stage before getting a British passport. No? So once you become naturalized, you're actually then British. Before getting the
British.
passport.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Ayan. Sige. Meron tayong fourth and last question for tonight. Ayan, yan ang last question na muna natin for tonight. Sige.
Okay. Galing po to kay Rose L. Hi to you both, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. I've been filling up my application for ILR, indefinite leave to remain, and there's a question that I have no clue how to answer. The question is, do you have any home office reference number? The only one that I have is the case ID of my first letter when I got approved with my 5-year route. My approval ID doesn't have any case ID or reference number, but I have a UAR, that's unique something reference, I think. Yeah, which one should I use? Thanks and more power. No, the latest one, Rose, ang gusto nang makita. So yeah, it's a bit confusing. So yung UAR. So that's the home office reference number. But kung ako ikaw, just for sake of, in fact, this is a tip nga. Pagka nagpapasok ko ng application, if my client has a number of home office reference numbers nga, then I actually put it in my in the notes. No, there's a section nga, no, anything else you want to say, dumulagay. So you can simply say my previous home office reference number was this. So makikita din nila. Frankly, I don't also see any point in them asking the question. They're the home office, no? So makikita naman nila but they ask the question. So yun. So it's the last one, but put in the note section or in the any letter in support to the previous one. Just to be
No,
thorough.
anong ako, attorney, nung ILR ako, nung araw, it was used to be 4 years, no? Ngayon, 5 years yata ang minimum, di ba? 5 years, and then on the 6th year, you can apply for your naturalization, di ba? 5 years ngayon?
Usually, unless you...
Usually.
5 years
Usually,
to get the indefinite leave to remain. Yeah.
During my time, it was 4 years, and then on the 5th year, pwede ka na mag-apply ng naturalization mo. Yung aming interview na face-to-face was at Croydon. Gumagana pa ba yan? Diyan pa rin ba? Or have things changed? Ganon, yung Croydon nung araw? Back in mga early 2000? Yeah.
Talaga? You mean for the
yes.
naturalization? They do it now remotely, mainly.
Ito permanent residence ito. Yung when you were there interviewing you for yung pagka naka-4 na taong ka na sa may Croydon yon. And then pagkatapos nun, malalaman mo na right then and there kung okay ka na. And then so meron ka nang lalabas yung ka na, ILR ka na, indefinite leave to remain. And then you wait for another year para maka-apply ka na ng naturalization. Noong this was back in the early 2000s. 2000
Yeah, iba na ngayon.
2000.
Iba na ngayon.
Iba na ngayon.
Yeah.
Yung
iba na
nasa
ngayon.
Croydon,
No,
gumagana
they'll just
pa ba
write
yan?
to you.
Ito, gumagana pa ba yung Croydon? Wala na yan. Hindi na ganon. Hindi na ganon.
Indeed. They don't usually, you don't go to the home office now. You go to one of their service centers, no, just to enroll your biometric. But hindi sila home office. So they don't actually ask you immigration questions. In fact, when you go, it's just for you to hand in your passport. Tapos may picture ang they take your biometric
marami changes na, no?
Yeah.
Marami na parang changes. We had to wake up very early, took the buses all the way to Croydon, queue up. Tapos may mga, pag queue mo sa ilalim ng building, mahaba, marami kayong naka-queue. Tapos marami mga monitors, yung mga instructions on what to do, ganyan, kung saan pupunta, ano kailangan mong na i-produce, and so on and so forth. And then it's just a quick interview. Siguro wala pang 2 minutes yata. Wala pang less than 5 minutes, tapos na interview mo. And then right then and there, kung pasado ka o hindi ka pasado, they will tell you. And then that's it. No? So,
Talaga? I didn't know that, actually.
Nag-evolve. I've gone through all of those. Hindi ko lang inabot yung English test. No? Tag dito. When I first had the yung sa driving naman, yung theory test.
Oh yeah. The theory.
Yung theory. O pagka hindi mo kaagad kinuha yung practical driving mo, mapapaso yung you'll have to take the test again, yung theory, no? So, yun. I don't know kung nagbago yun. Para alam ko hindi nagbago yun. Pag hindi ka pa pag hindi mo nakuha yung practical mo, you have to take your practical within 2 years yata from passing your theory exam or parang ganun, theory theory exam. Pagkatapos no, kailangan mag-practical within practical test ka within 2 years. But maganda information mo to binibigay ho namin sa inyo, no? So at least na-share ko lang my experiences when I had mine. So I had it very short, 4 years, permanent residency. And then the 5th year, I had my passport na, no? Yung naturalization ko. So, yeah. Okay, well, attorney, maganda yung gabi natin. Hitik na hitik, no? Parang Tagalog na Tagalog, parang balita. No? Hitik na hitik sa mga impormasyon. No? At mga kaalamang imigrasyon. No? Dito po sa ating palatuntunan. Kilala mo ba si Mike Enriquez, attorney? Yung ating kaibigan si Mike Enriquez, nagkasama ho kami, nagkasama kami niyan noong araw sa Radio Mindanao Network. Namatay isang kumbaga haligi ng broadcasting sa Pilipinas. Prior to becoming a newscaster, he used to be heading the Metro Manila chapter ng he was so very active sa KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcasters sa Pilipinas. Napakaganda ng boses na kung English. Pero sa Tagalog ngayon, pasok! Ganyan siya ngayon. Excuse me po! Bilis But he had to change from it's 11 after 4, it's Baby Michael on your radio, to a pasok tayo mga kaibigan, nasusunog, ganun. He had to reinvent himself. So, well, RIP, sa malangit naman yung kaluluwa ng ating kaibigan si Mike, no? Mike Enriquez, Miguel Enriquez. He passed away. Kailan ba yun? Last week yata. Last week. Hindi ako mga bandang end ng August.
Sorry.
29. Ayan, 29 of August.
Sorry to hear.
Okay. So, attorney, baka meron ka mga shoutouts. So, how do they get in touch with you? Pag meron pa sila gustong malamang, and eventually, kung attorney, baka pwedeng you represent me for my, or advise me on this. Kung sino, pag kailangan nila ng immigration expert, how do they get in touch with you?
Okay, so ito pong email address ko. So you're welcome to make contact with me by email. Email ko po ito, cabatbat@douglas-simon.com. Telephone number po namin, 0203-375-0555. But it's best to email me. Kung mag-email po kayo sa akin, meron kayong question, pwede ba lagay niyo po sa subject, no? Immigration Corner. That way I can come back to it. Because I have a bad habit nga of opening my emails at all hours in the night. Tapos I close it and never find it again unless I'm familiar with the subject. So sasabi, lagay nyo nga sa subject ng Immigration Corner. So ito po, no? Kung gusto nyo malaman nga a little bit more about what we discussed today, I always try and post my yung articles na nga namin to our website, no? Website po namin ito, www.douglas-simon.com. Ito po. If you go into the news section, nandun po yung mga pinag-uusapan namin, and of course articles. And feel free, no, to download and share it nga. So it's it's for you to digest, no. Now, 2 shout-outs po ngayon, no? And these are the people that keep me fed. Tayo, no, we're so generous nga with food, but particularly 2 people gave me lovely stuff. So MM Giling, okay, MM Giling gave me some plums and some
wow.
I don't know, nakalimutan, some plums, and the plums I ate very quickly. And figs, nabili niya akong figs, no? From her garden, no? And also today, Mr. Christopher gave me some Filipino food. So kaping barako tawag?
Kaping barako. Yes, kaping barako.
Yeah, so he gave me that. I'm going to try that over the weekend. And chicharon. I love this man, no? So they're so
Wow.
generous. Salamat po, salamat po. So that's what I'm going to be doing over the weekend. Magkakape ako, Filipino kape. I'll eat my chicharon in the afternoon. And he also gave me some chocolate. So so I'll be enjoying it. So there you go. Are you jealous, Sonny?
Yeah. Oo. Chicharon, ako nakakamiss yan. I now because of my diet, yung aking diet kasi yung ketogenic diet is more fats. So I can dati I shy away from those dahil baka magkasakit, baka magkaroon ng heart maka-apekto sa puso. Pero hindi ho, iyan na kinakain ko ngayon, attorney, mga chicharon bulaklak, lechon. I can eat them now because I have brought my body into a state of ketosis wherein my body uses fat instead of carbohydrates to fuel my for fuel sa aking body. So ayun. So okay. Well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Nako, maraming salamat ho sa inyong pagsubaybay dito sa ating programa. So we're gonna do it again next week for another edition ng Immigration Corner on a Happy Thursday. So till then, sa ngalan ni Attorney Lira Simon CABATBAT at ni Direk Pau, ito po si Sonny LARAGAN nagsasabing thank you, good night, and goodbye. See you next week. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.
Bye-bye, Attorney. Good night. Ayan. Good night.